Hey everybody, John here. In today's video, I want to break down how I built my six-figure software company in 6 months without ever having to learn how to code or be a developer or any of that kind of stuff. And I'm also going to show you step by step how I would do it again if I were to start over learning the lessons I learned in the last 6 months. Now, for all the haters out there, totally get it. I understand. I'd be skeptical too. So here is actually a snapshot of our dashboard showing that last month we wrapped up with $82,914 just on the software revenue alone. There's a lot of other revenue coming in as well. We also have other payment processors. So it's just showing us our growth over time as we're learning and developing our own processes. So if you're excited to learn some of this, go ahead and click the like button down below and let's dive in. We're going to break it down into 6 steps because, hey, 6 figures, 6 months, maybe we'll have 6 steps as well. So step 1, we're going to talk about deciding who to help. Step 2, how to help them. Step 3, setting up the system itself. Step 4, developing a super simple sales and marketing plan. Step 5, getting our first client. And step 6, scaling and outsourcing the business because I don't know about you, but I don't want to wear all the hats myself. I want to have help along the way. So let's dive into step number 1. So after working with a ton of entrepreneurs, everyone really wants to appeal to everybody. They think, oh, the market's so big, so let me appeal to everyone. But unfortunately, you're going to appeal to no one if you don't try to niche down and find a specific audience that you want to serve. So before even launching your software, buying the domain, anything like that, I want you to validate your niche, your audience, who you want to help using this very simple lens I like to call the 3P framework. And it looks something like this. So the idea is I want you to think about your own passions. Who do you care about? Who do you like? What are your values that you align with? And which customers align with those values as well? Because if you're not passionate about serving the audience you've chosen, you're not going to stick around when things get hard, and inevitably they will get a little hard. All right, next I want to really hone in on, is this niche profitable? Is this audience a profitable set of people to serve? You know, this is one of the mistakes, I would say, kind of a mistake, kind of not, where we got started with total beginners. And we love helping beginners. There are a lot of beginners out there. The challenge is beginners oftentimes have a beginner's budget. And so when it comes time to charging for your software, charging for your services, if you want to be able to charge $100, $200, $300, $500 per month, you need to make sure the businesses you're serving actually have that budget to work with. So what I would do instead is find folks that are already out there, already getting clients. If they show up on Google, they're a fantastic source of potential clients there. And the last step here is checking it through a proficiency lens. Proficiency is basically, are you good at it or not? That doesn't mean that you need to be a carpenter if you want to serve carpenters. What it means is you basically just need to understand the value of what you're offering and have run through 1 or 2 test jobs to make sure that it does work. We're going to show you how to do that here throughout this video. So once you've looked at the 3 Ps, if it passes, then you are in business here. Don't overthink this. By the way, you can always change things. You can always rebrand, change over time. The most important thing is taking action and not overthinking it in the beginning. And step 2 of this entire process is deciding how you want to help those people. So you've decided on your audience, who you want to serve. The next thing is, what problem do you want to help them solve? So a couple key tips here is, if you're trying to promise everything to everyone, that's a very difficult message. If you say, oh, I can help you get more leads, I can help you with your social media presence, I can help you with your review management, all of that stuff just sounds overwhelming. Number 1, it's overwhelming to fulfill on for you as a service provider. And number 2, it's overwhelming for the customer to think, is this exactly what I need? Because it's everything. So do this instead. Be more focused on your problem solution messaging. Instead of trying to solve 30 different problems, solve one problem with one awesome solution. And that way you can very well tailor down your messaging, find more clients, even charge a more competitive price, and be able to automate that so much easier. And if you really want to have an easy go of it, choose a painful problem that is easy to solve. That's the twofer right there. So if it's a painful problem like, picking up my phone and missing calls is a huge problem for most small business owners. And that's a very easy problem to solve using the software I'll show you how to set up in a second. But there are many different problems that a business could have. And a good way to understand all the opportunities is to simply think about the entire business landscape, the entire business process. You have to attract leads, convert those leads into customers, fulfill and serve them on all the promises you made, and then collect cash and make sure billing and all that stuff works. So that's pretty much a very simplified version of the business process. And there are a ton of different problems and solutions within each one of these sections. And underneath attracting customers, advertising, marketing, search engine optimization, getting your stuff to list on online sites properly, building a website, social media, just returning the phone calls to people that are calling into your business. A ton of different ways to help people solve problems that exist underneath the banner of attracting those customers. Underneath converting customers, you've got email marketing, automation, online stores, sales pipelines, so many different ways to help people turn leads into sales. To actually help people deliver on their business, you can help them set up online courses, or if they're a calendar-based service operation, you can help them manage their consulting calendars. You can build online communities, loyalty programs, all kinds of great things to help any business owner build on their business. And lastly, when it comes to collecting cash, invoicing, subscriptions, just tap to pay, any different way to make collecting and receiving payments easier is going to make a lot of people very happy. So not to belabor the point about helping people solve problems, but here's a couple of do's and don'ts to keep in mind. So do this. Find a problem that is painful. Find a solution that's easy to implement. Next, choose a price point that is a no-brainer. I want you to think like a lead magnet. In online business, a lead magnet is that thing that's a no-brainer. Even if you don't have any trust or social proof yet, there's a problem that is so painful and you have a simple solution at a no-brainer price point, anybody's going to take you up on that. I want you to think about that for your first service, your first solution you're going to offer to people, because that's going to help build that flywheel of they've solved this amazing problem. Now you can solve the next problem and you'll build social proof. You'll build customers. It's going to be really good for you. And we'll dive more into that on the next slide. And always have the next solution in mind. Don't think of it always as just a one and done, but don't try to throw everything at them all at once. We'll show you how to do that in a second. And now for the don'ts. So don't try to solve all their problems. That's overwhelming. It's a mess. It's hard to outsource. Don't do that. Also, don't offer custom solutions. Same deal. I don't want you to think of I got a client, let me do anything I can to keep this client. I want you to create a very simple system, because in step 6, I'll show you how to outsource it. But unfortunately, you can't outsource if everything is custom. When you're talking to them and trying to sell to people, don't talk about the features of your software. Talk about the outcomes it's going to deliver to their business. I'll show you how to do that with my scripts I'll give you for free in just a second. All right, now for step 3 of this entire process, we want to actually set up your software system. And I do not know how to code. I could not build a software from ground up, and I wouldn't be able to do that for free. But we have a system called Go High Level. It's a great software. It's what I'm personally using. And it's what's called a white label software solution. It means that you can subscribe to this one software package, make your own branding, make your own pricing pages, and sell it for whatever you want to. You might pay $500 a month for the software and charge $1,000 a month to your client, and that's just one client. And what's great about this is actually creating your software plans couldn't be easier. You simply get to decide the names of the plans, what features are included. So for example, here on the bronze plan, maybe you'll just give them some messaging, some two-way email and text, Facebook Messenger, call tracking, missed call text back, some very easy basic features, and you can charge a monthly plan and an annual plan. Then you can move up to the next plan here and add some additional features. So you could add on, for example, invoicing and calendar functionality, things like that can add additional value, and boom, you can bump it up from $197 to maybe $397 per month. And lastly, you can even give them the whole kit and caboodle on like the gold plan and charge easily $597 for the right businesses, where you can add in funnels and websites and all kinds of great stuff, surveys. And also, if you ever want to make changes to your plans, it's easy. You click on the little pencil here. You can change the name if you want to, but what's really interesting here is you can just come in and let's say you want to add some additional features to this plan. I'll just click a button here, and now instantly I can unlock opportunities for anybody on that plan. So it's a great way to figure out what is the right set of features that's simple to sell, simple to implement, and simple to charge. What's also really cool, if you want to go after the software route, which is what we're doing here, is you have something called rebilling. So what this allows you to do is to decide how much to charge for using certain parts of the software. So with this pricing here, yes, to subscribe to the plan might be $397 per month, but there are certain things that just have costs attached to them. Like sending emails isn't free, unfortunately. That's why things like ConvertKit can charge $100, $200, $400 per month when your plan gets big enough. So what you can do here is realize every time your customer sends an email, it's going to have some sort of a cost. So in this case, to send an email right now is 0.000675 cents per email. Okay, that's not very much. That's not going to break the bank or anything. But if you have a bunch of customers and they're each sending emails, that can actually get a little bit expensive. So what this allows you to do is not only have your customers pay for the cost, but even make a little bit of profit on top of that. So you could, for example, if they get in on a certain plan, maybe put 2x. So what that means is if it costs you 0.000675 per email, you can actually charge the customer a little bit more and even make profit from the usage of your software. This is a fantastic way where not only are you making money from the subscription, but when your customers are successful, you actually get to share in that success, which is really, really cool. So once you have your plans figured out, build a very simple sales page just so you have some online presence for your customers to see. And to do that, just choose a simple brand. I'm going to click here under brand boards. This is all built into the software as well. And let's just find a color scheme we like. Maybe I like this lagoon color. I'll choose that. And of course, you can change your logo, change your colors, whatever you want to do, but this works for now. The next step is simply building out a very easy sales page and a website for your software. And to do that, we can just use the built-in templates that are already here inside Go High Level. I'm just going to search for a software template, and I've got 4 nice ones right here. Let's go ahead and take a look at this one. I'll click on the eyeball, decide if I like it. Looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and say continue. And now it's going to build that into my system right now. Okay, so it looks really good. Just make some changes to it, make it fit for whatever you want to go after here. And because of the whole branding thing, it's very easy to put this back on brand. I'll just click on the color, put in a light, my brand color there, maybe change the background color to a different brand color, and you can very quickly start to make this look exactly how you want it to look. Isn't that great? The key here is don't overthink it. Your website is never done. Don't make that prevent you from getting started and reaching out to customers. And it's important to follow a day-by-day plan. In fact, you can get a free 30-day trial if you use my link down below. It's normally only 14 days, but I've hooked you up with an additional 2 weeks. And I've given you a day-by-day plan along with video instructions which go way deeper than I can here on YouTube. So that before you ever have to pay your first dollar to Go High Level, you can already have double or triple that built up in recurring revenue from your customers by following the plan I've set aside for you. So step 4 is to create a very simple marketing plan. Now, this isn't technical or tricky or anything like that. It's simply trying to figure out what is that path? What is that plan of how you take somebody from being a $97 per month customer to being a $500 or more per month customer? And the way to do that is think about what is the first problem you want to solve? How are you going to go after new clients? And I show you how to set this particular one up, missed call text back. I set it up entirely inside of my training. And then once you check the box and set them up and they're paying you every month, how can you take that customer and ascend them, make them be worth more for you every month? How you can add on, for example, how to get more 5-star reviews to their Google or Facebook accounts, or how to solve their social media presence. There are all solutions to these problems. It's just a matter of picking out which problems you want to help them solve and putting it into a system. All right, so it might seem like we've done a lot of work already, but you could get this done in literally a day or 2 if you follow along in the step-by-step plan that I've given you. So by now you're ready for step 5, which is actually getting your first client. Now on this, don't be afraid. Google is your friend. I don't want you to talk to your friends or your family members or anything like that. It's not that kind of a business. I've given you a script you can use and follow to talk to new business owners, help them identify the problem that you can help them solve, and simply find prospects that have the problem you want to solve. And we can use that using Google, for example. Let's say we want to solve plumbers who have bad 5-star reviews. So we can look for plumber near me and search for that. And then we can simply come down here and find more plumbers. And we can look through this entire list, is right here on Google for us, and we can find those that don't have a whole lot of 5-star reviews. And as we go further and further, we can see here Central Florida Plumbers only has 67 reviews, whereas Prime Plumbing has 2,929 reviews. So obviously, Central Plumbers would want to rise in the ranks. The way to do that is look better than their competitors. That's a great person to reach out to solve their problem. Calling people might sound like work and might not sound very fun, but trust me, it's not that bad. And once you get your first or second paying client, I'll even show you how to outsource that entirely so you don't have to do that anymore. And yes, there are fancy tools. You can buy lists and things like that, but it's definitely not necessary in the beginning. You can definitely go your first several months just following the process I've set aside in my bonus training here. And then step 6 is simply to scale and outsource. So at this point on our software company, we have 3 full-time virtual assistants, and honestly, they're not that expensive. They're fantastic. They're very loyal. They're great. And they handle most of our business tasks. They handle our customer support, our billing support, our technical support. They handle our outreach and a lot of our marketing. And they even help fulfill in some of the services that our customers buy from us. Now, we've been honing in our hiring process and how we manage our team. We have an entire system set up, which I'll teach you how to use inside of my affiliate bonus offer. But the general idea is to hire slow and to fire fast in the beginning. You want to make sure you get a good fit and also go through the proper hiring process and interview process. And I'll show you how to do all that. But the general idea is to hire slow and fire fast in the beginning, so you make sure you find the right people. I have an entire outsourcing process that is a topic for another day, but I have included some additional trainings specifically for those who join up high level with my affiliate link down below. And avoid customizing your service. We talked about that earlier in the training, but when you can avoid customizing, now it's way more easy to plug in virtual assistants to do all the work, and there's not that much customization or figuring out little weird fringe cases that you might have to do on your own. All right, I dumped a lot at you right here. So where can you go next? I do have 100% free training, which dives much deeper into each one of these topics. You can check that out over at sofreedom.com/free course, or just drop a like and a comment down below and I'll give you that link as well. And I've set up my bonus offer so that within 30 days of your free trial, you're not out any money at all. And within that, if you follow along what I've shown you how to do, you should have at least 2 to 3x of your software subscription coming in as monthly recurring revenue, so you never have to pay for your software company and you're up and running as quickly as possible. All right, I hope you liked this video. I kind of threw a lot out there. I wanted to see how this would go. If you liked it, let me know by liking it and commenting down below. If there's anything you didn't understand or I went too quickly over, leave a comment down below as well, and that'll guide my next videos. Be sure to check out my affiliate bonus offer. I really appreciate it. It's been a fantastic software, a great ride, and I just want to see more people get the success we're able to find, and all that's down below in the description. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.